Item 81. Oh, we're on listing appointment presentation. This is my favorite part. The listing photos. Take additional photos to upload into the MLS. Have you seen the crazy, crazy photos people put in the MLS? You think, who the heck hired that realtor? I mean, literally, I was out showing property the other day with a new buyer, and the agent said this. Okay, look, let me get a couple of things straight. The agent, one, isn't going to pay me. So my buyer has to pay me. Okay. And then the agent says out loud to my buyer, who's with me while we're looking at this property, she says, look, I know you've seen my photos online. I'll tell you, I'm not a photographer, but I do my best. Her picture had her finger in the photography. She's not, I would never do that. She's not paying an agent. She's obviously not paying a photographer. So, I mean, well, I don't know. I guess her return on investment is spectacular because she doesn't use any of her real estate income to invest in her business. That is not the type of agent you want to hire if you want to sell your house for the most amount of money. Hire an agent like me who has the most amazing photography team. The most. I mean, I regularly get other agents who ask me, who's your photographer, Lori? My photography team rock and rolls. You want to know more about them? Check out my podcast, like episode number 52 or something. We talk with our photography team. Okay, moving on. Item 82. Create and print internet ads with sellers' input. Guess what? That's what Nolan Alvarez does here for the team. He runs all our ads and tests them to see what kind of results we get. And they're always ads for our sellers' properties to help get their property sold. 83, coordinate showings with owners, tenants, and other agents. You got to handle the showings, right? I have a great service that does that for my clients. 84, just return the calls. Right now, I love it. We're in a real estate market where the listing agent actually hunts you down as the buyer and says, hey, is your buyer thinking about writing an offer? Where before we, as the buyer's agent, were hunting listing agents down and like begging them, please return our call. Heck no, they're calling us now. Install 85, install the electronic lockbox if authorized. That's in the contract. You check a little box and you say, yes, I agree to the electronic lockbox. 86, prepare mailing and contact list. Prepare mailing and contact list. We are definitely notifying everyone about your great home that just went up for sale. 87, generate a mail merge letter to contact list. If you didn't understand those words, make sure you hire an agent who totally gets those words. And I have a team member who handles that. So, yeah, we do it. I don't do it, but my team member does it. That's the beautiful thing about having other people who know more than I do, right? I just know how to sell your house. 88, order just listed labels and reports. Just listed, got your house on the market. So excited. Tell the world about it. You have to launch it, send it out to the world, right? And then there is number 89, prepare flyers and feedback reports. I once had a seller who was like, Lori, don't tell me what the buyers have to say. Just submit an offer to me when you have it. Some sellers just don't want to know what you have to say, buyers, and they really don't appreciate your opinion, especially when it's negative. Number 90, review comparable local MLS broker marketplaces regularly to ensure the property remains competitive. Look, houses on the market for a long time now. They're on the market for a much longer time. I just sat down with a seller today and I told her, look, we're in a long-term relationship. So we got to know how to communicate. I need to know, what do you like to hear? What do you want to hear? And know that I'm always going to give you the truth. And I'm going to let you know if your price is wrong. Because if your house isn't selling, your price is wrong. 91, prepare property marketing brochure for seller's review. We do only electronic brochures. That's all we do, unless we feel a property needs a property brochure, physical property brochure, like paper in hand. We really try our best not to use paper anymore. We're trying to be great for the environment. 92, arrange for printing or copying of marketing brochures or flyers. We make sure that you guys get the appropriate brochure for your property. And look at, online brochures are the best brochures. Why? Because there's always full access to them. 93, place the marketing brochures when you do paper brochures in all the company agent mailboxes. That's going to be email boxes because, well, agents are just digital these days. The majority of them don't come into the office, and the ones that do, they get a little piece of paper on their desk for sure. But we make sure we email everyone about it. What else do we have here? 94. Upload the listing to the company and agent internet site if applicable. You've got to sign, Mr. Seller, and say, yes, I want to be on the MLS. And then everyone in the world finds out about your property. 95. Mail out the just listed notice to all the neighborhood residents. 96, advise network referral program of the listing. Again, you're telling everyone about the listing. 97, provide marketing data to buyers through the International Relocation Network buyers, right? We have buyers coming internationally all the time. You want to make sure you give them the marketing data they need to know. 99, provide special feature cards for marketing if applicable. You might want to do a special features card. You definitely want to make sure the appraiser gets all the special features when he comes in to do the appraisal. 100, submit ads to the company's participating internet real estate sites. Again, all of the websites, you want to make sure you get full internet exposure. 101, price changing. If we're improving the price, we need to make sure all the websites get the price improvement change. 102, reprint and supply brochures promptly as needed. Make sure you're getting all of the sites, all of the flyers, all the marketing pieces updated. 103, feedback emails sent to buyers agents after showings. We want to know what the buyers who showed the property had to say. I called on one the other day for a set of buyers, and I said, hey, Mr. Buyer's agent, thank you so much for showing our listing right over here, another Lori's listing. Just wanted to get your clients' feedback, or if they had any additional questions, and if they were considering submitting an offer. And he said, they loved the house itself. They didn't like the garage conversion. And I said, well, know that the garage is permitted and it's actually a garage, and the conversion is unpermitted, because they had a thought that maybe the garage wasn't permitted. The garage itself is permitted. They're just using the space differently. So it's still a garage if they wanted to turn it back into a garage, or just submit an offer asking the seller to turn it back into a garage. Don't let simple things like that hold you back from buying your home. 106, set up marketing reports on ShowingTime application and company website. You want to have the market reports. You want to know what's happening with the market. 107, place regular weekly update calls to the seller to discuss marketing and pricing. Oh, I can't believe when agents don't call their clients. I have a listing that I recently took. It's now under contract, moving to close. And that was the one thing she told me, is that she had had the property on the market for a year with another agent, and she didn't hear from the agent all year long. In my world, that would be unacceptable. But I like to talk. I love to communicate. And if that agent was representing me in the sale of my house, I would have fired him after 90 days. She was such a precious soul to give that agent an entire year, and it didn't sell. We've had the listing for 90 days and it's sold. 108, promptly enter price changes into the local MLS broker marketplace database. That is a requirement for us, an absolute requirement for us to do that. There's even a timeline to how we do that. This information is coming to you from 179 ways. We are only on item 109. We have another like 80 items to go through to get you to understand everything an agent does for you, for why you should consider paying their compensation. If you want to understand more about that, I recommend you schedule a buyer's consultation with your buyer. I also recommend, if you want to understand more about selling a house and what that means and how you do that, you go ahead and you book a listing consultation. We need to know. We want to help you. So take the time, come sit down with us for 2 hours in the beginning. Yeah, 2 hours, maybe 2 hours. Depends on how many questions you ask. But sit down in the beginning. Do the hard work in the beginning, and it makes everything else after that so much easier. Whether you're buying or selling, it just makes it so much easier. I'd also encourage you to tune into episode 123, 10 Steps to Buying a Great Home.